The world was born in jealousy. Long before the sun chased the moon across the sky, before the rivers carved their paths through the earth, and before the first whisper of wind danced among the trees, there was only a great void. It was a place without light or shadow, without sound or silence. And in this endless nothingness lived two brothers, Lior and Malak. Lior was the elder brother, kind and patient, with a voice that could soothe even the deepest sorrow. Malak the younger was quick and clever, but his heart burned with a fire that could never be satisfied. The brothers were the only beings in the great void, and for a time they were content in each other's company. But as years passed without measure, Malak grew restless. He watched his brother, who seemed at peace in the emptiness, and a dark seed took root in his heart. Why should Lior be so calm when I feel nothing but hunger for more? And he thought, why should he have such a voice when mine goes unheard? One day, unable to bear his growing bitterness, Malak spoke. Brother, he said, why do we linger in this nothingness? There must be more than this. Lior smiled gently. What more could there be, Malak? We have each other. That is enough. But Malak clenched his fists. To him, those words felt like chains. Kai doesn't understand, he thought. Kia doesn't want more because he already has everything. Night taught night. While Lior slept, Malak crept away. But his jealousy had grown too great, and he could no longer stand the sight of his brother's contentment. He wandered through the void until he found a place where even Lior's voice could not reach him. There, he closed his eyes and whispered his darkest wish into the emptiness. I want a world of my own, a world where I am not second, a world where I am great. The void shuddered. For the first time, something new had been spoken into existence, not harmony, but desire, not peace, but hunger. When Lior awoke, he called for his brother, but Malak did not answer. Fear gripped Lior's heart. He searched and searched, but the void had changed. It was no longer empty. Shadows twisted where there had been none before. Whispers echoed where silence had once ruled. At last, Lior found Malak standing before a swirling mass of darkness, a thing that had never existed before. It pulsed like a living heart, and from it spilled the first colors the brothers had ever seen, deep reds, burning golds, and cold, endless blacks. What have you done, brother? Lior asked, his voice trembling. Malak turned to him, his eyes alight with something new, something terrible. I have made a beginning, he said, a world where I will not be forgotten. And with those words, the darkness split. The sky tore open, and from it fell the first stars. The ground beneath them shook, and mountains clawed their way upward. Rivers burst from the earth, and winds howled between them. The world was being born, but not from love, not from joy. It was born from Malak's jealousy. Lior reached for his brother, desperate to stop him. This will bring only pain, he pleaded. Destroy it before it destroys us. But Malak laughed. Too late, brother. The world is mine now. As the brothers stood there, the first dawn broke over the horizon. Light spilled across the newborn earth, and for the first time, shadows stretched long behind them. Lior looked at his brother's face, now half hidden in darkness, and knew that nothing would ever be the same. And so the world began, not with a song, but with a shout. Not with unity, but with division. The trees grew tall, but their roots were tangled with thorns. The oceans stretched wide, but their depths hid storms. Every beautiful thing carried a hidden wound, because the world itself had been born from a jealous heart. For ages after, the brothers walked the earth they had shaped, one trying to mend what had been broken, the other delighting in the chaos he had made. And though centuries passed, Malak's jealousy never faded. It lived in the wind that howled through the valleys, in the fire that consumed the forests, and in the hearts of men who, like him, always wanted more. But Lior never gave up. He sang to the world, softening its edges, teaching the creatures that lived upon it to hope. And though the world had been born in jealousy, he believed that one day it might learn to live in peace. And so, even now, when the stars whisper at night, they tell this tale of how darkness and light came to be, of how love and jealousy shaped the earth, and of how the world itself carries the scars of its own birth. But perhaps, just perhaps, there is still time for a different ending. One not written in jealousy, but in forgiveness. One not born from hunger, but from enough. And so the story continues.